Imagine if we can give Claude Code or Codex the ability here to take over our social media accounts to network on our behalf, or even better, to query data or be able to perform some actions on our Skool communities. But keep in mind that there's no CLIs or any MCPs that Skool or social media accounts like Rednote actually offers. And what I'm going to show you in this video is a tool that we can be able to actually building out our own CLI tool that we can connect it to any apps we're currently using day to day. So that's why in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can be able to create your CLI tools that you can connect your AI agent here to take over your application you're using day to day. So pretty much that's what we're going to cover in this video. With that being said, if you're interested, let's get into the video. Now to get started, the tool that we're going to use in this video is called Printing Press. And essentially what it does is a CLI factory that we can convert any apps or websites into a CLI tool that we can have our AI agent here to access those applications and performing actions on our behalf. But before diving deep into this tool called Printing Press, what I want to talk about here is what even is a CLI. Well, CLI stands for Command Line Interface. Is a way here to use computer or software by simply typing text commands in a terminal instead of just clicking buttons. So a simple example could be like you creating a folder in your desktop folder, and simply all you have to do here in a normal case, you just right click and create a folder. But if you do this in a CLI, simply just going to open a terminal, type in a command like this, and it's going to create that folder instantly. So rather than using the graphical user interface, you're just using the CLI here to basically creating that action. Now, using CLI isn't just one tool that you can have your AI agent here to take over your computer, right? There's a tool called Computer Use, which we will talk about on this channel, where you can have your AI agent here to operate your softwares through a visual interface by looking at the screenshots, right? Take a screenshot of what you're currently looking at right now, moving the cursor, clicking the buttons here, typing the text exactly like how you're acting, any software you're using. But the problem here is if you're using Computer Use, it's going to take a screenshot and feed it into your AI. And especially for image here, it consumes significant more context, which means tokens, than text. So if you're using CLI, everything are all in text, right, in a terminal. But if you're using like something like Computer Use or Browser Use, for example, it's going to take a screenshot or download the entire website for the accessibility tree. It's going to feed that into your AI, and that's going to take so many more context tokens, which means that it's going to cost you more money. And then higher the context, the lower the accuracy for your AI to making decisions. And that's why the author of Printing Press here even said it's going to cost so much tokens. And that's why we're using something like this, like a CLI factory, that we can have our computers to call in the APIs of those applications and try to performing actions on our behalf. And before we get into the Printing Press, how we can install it, one more question you would be asking is why don't we use MCPs? And the simple reason is this: CLI tool here consume low tokens, MCP here consume more tokens for the same identical task. And the CLI tools here have the ability here to filter data. So let's say the API returns a block of text. So instead of returning that entire block of text here to the AI context window, it's going to using commands like grep here to basically filter data from that block of text. But whereas MCP here, it doesn't do that. It just pass the entire data here into your context window here and let AI here to process that. And the most important part is that rather than just load up all the tools, right, into your context window, CLI tools here only loads when you need it. So it loads the tools on demand, which saves a lot more token upfront. And that's the clear reason why the CLI here is preferred the best tool for using AI agent here when it performing tasks, because it's highly token efficient. And most importantly, large language model that we're using today already possess a deep native understanding of common developer tools like Git, Docker, AWS, or grep from its initial training data. So it knows exactly how to run those command lines right off the bat without you having to teach it every single time on how to run it. Now, before we continue, I recently launched our Skool community where I help you to master AI agents, automations, and building real AI products. This is coming from someone who used to work as a senior AI software engineer at companies like Amazon and Microsoft. And in this community, you're going to get full AI builder roadmap where you're going to start with AI automations, then later on moving into AI agents, research systems, SaaS buildings, and eventually how to productize and market your AI skills. You're going to get the templates, workflows, weekly live calls, and direct community supports. So when you get stuck, you can ask questions and get help right away. And the goal here is not just to watch more videos. It's actually build, post your progress, get feedback, and start to level up. So if you're interested, make sure to jump right in, start the first course, and I'll see you in a community. All right, so now you know exactly why we should be using CLI over MCPs and why is CLI better for AI agents. Let's take a look at Printing Press, the library itself. So right here you can see I'm on the printingpress.dev, and there's actually two ways on how you can converting any apps or APIs or sites into a CLI that you can connect it to your AI agents. One is you can be using the factory skill, where you can converting that application that you're using every single day into a CLI tool. And the other way you can do this is you can try to come down to the bottom here, and there's so many categories of apps that you can actually search for. So let's say you're using Instagram a lot. Okay, I'm just going to type in Instagram. You can see that we have two CLI tools that we can actually be able to use. So one is a CLI for Instagram business, where you can look at the business metrics. And let's say if you're using linear a lot, okay, so there's a linear CLI. If you're using Skool, you want to converting your entire Skool community into a CLI where your AI agent here can be able to pulling information on your behalf. You can also do that. Now, what you're looking at here, you can see there's over 300 CLIs in the library itself. So you can actually be able to use it right off the bat. And the other option that you can do this is you can just searching for the apps that you're using on Google and try to see if there's actually official CLI that has already been built in by their official vendor or company. For example, let's say if I want to using the Firecrawl, you can see here that Firecrawl already has its own CLI tool. And if you were to look at Stripe, you can see that Stripe also has their own CLI tool based on their documentation. And we can literally using that CLI tool here instead of using like their MCPs or their API or SDK or whatever. Right? This will basically save you so much time without you having to go through the remaining of this video here to install everything. And furthermore, you can see if you're part of the Google Workspace suite, there is also a Google Workspace CLI, which you can see here that you can actually be able to install, where now you can be able to give your AI agent here the ability here to access like Google Drive, Gmail, Calendar, Sheets, and so many more. So try to use the official open source CLI tools as much as you can, and only try to create one or try to find one only if it doesn't have it. So now let me show you exactly how we can be using printing press.dev and try to install and creating our own CLI. Okay, so in this case, let's take a look at what we're trying to build today. So right here you can see this is called Rednote, which is a Chinese version of Instagram. And people are posting all kinds of things. So what I'm looking at here is I want to network with people who are related to AI, and I want to have coffee chat with them. So I want to network and I want to searching for this kind of keywords. And here you can see there's a bunch of posts that we can network with. So what I want to do here is I want to building a CLI version of this so that it can be able to like scraping all the posts and try to find the relevant posts, maybe adding a comments or DM the creator of the post and try to ask for coffee chat or network or join the group. And also combining that with what we talk about on this channel for context engineering, where we can be able to combine with all the context that AI knows about us, where we set in their knowledge base and try to use our context here to find the relevant people that we want to coffee chat and network. So in this case, let's try to take a look at how we can do this. So in the case, first thing first, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my printing press, right? I'm going to search for if there's actually a CLI already for this. So in this case, I'm going to search for Rednote or the actual name Xiaohongshu. In this case, it doesn't have that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to open the repository for the CLI, or in this case, the printing press repository. And simply, if we were to scroll down, it tells exactly how you can install it. Because I'm using Codex, but if you're using Claude Code, there's also an option for you to install that. So simply, you can see just gonna install it by copying this command right here. Do a curl command here to install it, or you can just copy this entire repository and just let AI here to install it for you. So in this case, I'm gonna copy the link. So right here, I'm coming back to my Codex here. I'm using GPT 5.5 Medium, and I'm gonna choose a project here. First thing first, I'm going to do here is to tell Codex, try to install this repository. So I'm going to instruct it and try to install it right here. All right, so once we have this installed, the next thing I'm going to do here is to restart our Codex session. So in this case, I'm going to open a new session here. So in this case, I'm going to click on this pencil icon and it's going to reset a new session. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to start to passing the URL and we're just going to have it to install it. So there's actually a command that we can actually use here. So if we were to go to the repository, and if we want to use in this case, if I want to convert anything, right, into a CLI, you can see all we had to do here is just going to pass in the website URL and just specify what you want it to do. And you can see it's going to do it, right? So for example, if you wanted to convert Notion to a CLI, you can just do that. So in this case, I'm going to take the printing press skill here, and I'm just going to go to my Codex, passing that. So now we should have the printing press generate skill, right? So we will generate a CLI from a website or whatever. And what we're going to do here is we're going to copy the website. So in this case, the xiaohongshu.com, and that's going to be the website link right here. Okay, and we're just going to converting that into a CLI. So in this case, I'm going to specify that, and let's try to see what printing press does. Okay, so here you can see Printing Press here has created this CLI tool, and here you can see it creates a plugin for this. So now if I were to click on this, which is pretty cool, that this is a plugin and I can be able to install it and be able to use it right away. And then here you can see these are the capabilities that you can be able to search things, read, write, social, right? So things like that, right? So it's pretty cool. I'm just gonna click on install right here. Everything's all set up. And then here you can see I just asked like, hey, what do you do behind the scene? Is it using like a browser or is it using the terminal? How does it work? So the Codex plugin, which calls the local xiaohongshu command, right? So this is the CLI tool that we built. And it uses your local browser cookies, right? Or a QR scan session here to actually proceed. So it doesn't do any puppeteer here on your browser for each action. It's just only using your browser cookies here with the CLI that it built to basically try to process that. So in this case, I'm gonna say, hey, why don't you just run this command right here, okay? Give me the barcode so that I can be able to, scan it right now and be able to log into my account. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do here is once we have our AI agent here is now authenticated to that account, and the next thing we're gonna do here is come back to Rednote and try to find things that are relevant to what we're looking for. So right here, you can see I just type in like a search term, copy that link, and paste it into Codex. And what Codex did here is first of all, verify that we do have access to xiaohongshu right now. And it also has logged in. And the next thing we're gonna do here is you can see it has not searched that yet, but has gathered the context based on what we have. So on our channel, we talk about context engineering a lot, right? So the more context you give, the smarter the AI here knows exactly what it needs to propose or what option does it need to give you, right? So here you can see this is exactly what it proposed me. So first of all, it tells you exactly, hey, what I know about you. And here you can see this is what I proposed based on your goal, based on your context. And then here you can see it gives you some options to choose on exactly what we should target. What is the outcome that you want it to be, right? For this automation outreach. So here you can see I'm just going to give my answer. And once I give my answer here, I'm going to come back and we're just going to proceed forward. But before we do so, let me introduce you the sponsor of this video, Document 360.
Most teams don't have one documentation problem. They have three. Internal knowledge lives in Notion. Developer docs end up in Gitbook or Mintify. The Help Center sits somewhere else entirely. And support keeps getting the same tickets because nobody finds the right answer fast enough. Document 360 is the AI-powered knowledge base built to replace all three. Unlike Notion, it is built for structured publishing with version control and a proper public site. Unlike Gitbook, non-technical teams like support and product get the same editor experience as engineering. Unlike Mintify, it covers SOPs, user manuals, and help centers alongside API documentation. For non-technical teams, the workflow runs through the portal, a dedicated editor for writers, reviewers, and admins. You create articles, move them through a custom approval workflow, control role-based permissions, track analytics, and import content from PDF or Word. For engineering teams, the developer documentation experience is built separately but connected. Import your OpenAPI or Swagger spec, and endpoints, parameters, authentication flows, and response codes auto-populate into a structured reference. Developers get code samples in multiple languages and a try-it-out API playground inside the same knowledge base. The AI layer is where Document 360 separates from every other tool. Eddy AI powers an AI search that delivers synthesized answers from your docs, not a simple list of links. The AI chatbot embeds on your knowledge base site and answers user questions in real time from your actual content. Writers get AI-powered drafting, rewriting, and auto-generated glossaries. The support ticket deflector surfaces relevant articles when a ticket arrives, cutting volume before it reaches your team. One platform, every documentation workflow. Start your free trial today.
All right, so finally you can see once I give my answer, I have Codex here to run in the background. And you can see that these are all the keywords that it has searched and try to network with people are related to each and every single keywords that we have. Now you can also do this with Skool, right? So you can see that with different social media platforms like Skool, if you want to, you can see here that I created a skill, or in this case, a CLI tool called Skool CLI. And what you can do here is that you can using this CLI tool to basically interact with the Skool community through your AI agents. And like I said, keep in mind that Skool doesn't have its own MCP or CLI, and you can literally using this CLI factory skill here to build it out, right? So you can see the CLI tool can be able to engage with our community, knows everything about us, and also has the ability here to creating posts, updates, deletes, and so much more. And furthermore, you can see we have the ability here to list out all the members, checking out how the members are doing, right? Extracting courses, or be able to look at our calendars, right? Look at the courses in markdown format so that AI can be able to ingest it. Things like calendar, notifications, and so many more. And honestly, what you can do with this is you can literally using this to analyzing Skool community. Let's say you join multiple Skool community here. You want to ingesting those data into your AI agents. You can do that here. And furthermore, you can also even take this even further and taking applications which I'm going to do a lesson on in my Skool community, where you can actually taking a brand new site like Fiverr, for example. Let's say you're currently in HR, you want to hire the right people, or let's say you're a freelancer here, you want to talk to multiple clients. Then what you can do here is you can just converting that into a CLI tool, have your AI agent here to interact with it, right? So in my Skool community right now, I do have a course right now. So right now in my Skool community for my Hermes agent track, you can see that there is a section called the apps to Hermes agent tool, where we can be able to build out and connecting those apps, right? Converting them into CLIs so that we can have our Hermes agent, your Codex AI agent here connected to that application. So that's pretty much it for this video on Printing Press, which is a CLI factory that converting any apps here into a CLI. And if you do find this video, please make sure to like this video, consider subscribing for more content like this. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.